And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of GGR. Well, today we are going to do the software review on this, the HTC Touch HD. Okay, we don't have much time, so let's get into it. Okay, so basically the HTC Touch HD caps up the Windows Mobile 6.1 software on the phone. So we have the typical 6.1 view of it. Windows mobile view with programs and stuff, but it has Touch Flow 3D, which also enables you to flow through your options and programs just like this, and which is quite cool and handy also, you know, in a way. So yeah, so let's move on to the software. Basically this phone has what most people would want, you know, Microsoft Office, Internet Explorer, anything for the business minded or the fun minded, as you can download games like Need for Speed Undercover and Monopoly Here and Now on this device too. So yeah, we have 4 buttons here, of course. If you watch the hardware review, you would know. So here we are. Here's the home screen. We have the clock and all of this. Basically, I'm going to show you the messaging. Okay, so I'm going to create a new message here. Okay, messaging allows you to create messages in a few different types of keypads. One is the phone keypad, which you have the normal numerical phone options here to hit. Then you have the compact QWERTY keypad, which is more numbers, okay, and the full QWERTY, just like a keyboard. Yeah, basically I had a little problem with typing after, you know, I used the iPhone, so I'm more used to the iPhone. After moving on to this Windows mobile device, it's kind of hard to adapt, but you get there. You can flip through your mail just by doing this. Move it back and forth, which is pretty neat touch to it. We have internet connectivity uses the Opera browser here. So now I'm gonna pit the Opera browser, sorry man, having a little bit of a tongue twister there, Opera browser against the Safari browser by going into another site and hitting both at the same time on the same network. Hang on, this doesn't seem to get the network signal. It's one of the problems with iPhones. Sometimes you never get the signal all the time, which is also a good point for the HTC Touch HD. You always get a clear signal wherever you are, as long as there is a Wi-Fi connectivity or 3G, GPRS, whatever. So I'm going to hit, for example, yahoo.com, okay? And I'm going to do the same for here, yahoo.com. See, it's pretty hard to type one single-handed on this. Okay, so I'm going to hit go at the same time and go. So both are loading over the same network, and it's moving and it's moving and it's moving. Guess who's winning? Both are loading at the same speed, same time. And yep, the iPhone one is done. So is the HTC Touch HD. So yeah, speeds are relatively fast on the Wi-Fi network. If you turn it sideways, the accelerometer also would put it sideways, just like the iPhone. One little problem is that it can't do something. It's like if you double tap and you want to read a specific news segment, okay, wait, hang on, this isn't a really good example, but one of the experiences I've encountered is that once you double tap in, it doesn't zoom in like the iPhone to a specific spot where it allows you to read easily. Okay, so that's basically it about this. Then we have stock, which is pretty much like the iPhone. Photos, which are pretty clear in detail because of the 5 megapixel camera. However, they are not really good enough to capture videos, as there is a partial lag time.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of GG.
Yep, something like that. A partial lag time in probably the filming of the video. And then there's a programs feature which allows you to use add programs here so that it has an easy access, from straight from your home page. For example, I use Excel for Excel a lot, so I just hit this and it's over here, so I can enter it straight from here. Once I just flip all the way to programs, hit Excel, and I can start. So it's really good. And then we have the usual Windows Mobile programs here to drop down from the top left hand corner. Adobe Reader, and there's MP3 Trimmer, which is kind of a really nice touch to it. Something that smartphones really need, and it's just really cool. Okay, so that's basically about it. I've managed to summarize it up really quick. So so that's basically about the hardware review for the HTC Touch HD. Basically, this is what I like pretty much about the phone, is that it runs really well. Took me about 3 to 4 days to get used to it, actually, but it's really cool. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna call the phone. I'm gonna show you a nice touch to it. Okay, so I'm calling the phone now, and you can actually choose whether to pick up by sliding your finger left or right to answer or ignore the call. So we have answer here and ignore. So all you have to do is to answer the call is to slide your finger this way or ignore it, which is seriously a pretty neat touch to the phone. That's probably one of the cool features about it. And the games too. Do check out the games review that on the phone for an apps review here on GGR. So that's basically about it. Pitting it against the iPhone, well, it's kind of a really hard decision, but I have concluded with a score for this phone. The HTC Touch HD will get a GGR 8.5 out of 10. Well, it didn't major in some segments, but it still proved to be quite a trusty phone. So it is a good buy if I were to recommend one of the smartphones right now, comparing to the LG phones or probably the Omnia. This is probably a really good phone to consider if you're thinking of buying smartphones just like this. So thank you for watching this episode of GGR. There will be a first time written review on ggrpodcast.blogspot.com. Do hang on for that one. And I would like to thank the people at HTC for lending me this phone to review. I really had fun with this phone. Thank you very much. That's basically about it. Be sure to catch the full written review of the HTC Touch HD on ggrpodcast.blogspot.com. I'm Daniel. For any more episodes or videos, go to the GGR channel at Wertypoo on YouTube. That's WERTYPOO. If you haven't checked out the hardware review, do check it out too. So, that's it for this episode of GGR. The HTC Touch HD gets a GGR 8.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching.